Which is better, a ground mounted system or a roof mounted system?
For what application?
Yeah, I mean
Or
that
residential?
Oh, okay.
that depends. I mean, so living in Phoenix, you don't see many ground mount systems unless you go out the outskirts of the city.
Yeah.
Because people don't have that kind of land to be able to put a ground mount system, because there are rules and regulations around not only the space they require, but the visibility by jurisdictions and by communities.
Yeah.
So you don't really see them a lot. If you don't have good roof space, a lot of people will try to do a ground mount. If they have the land, it makes a lot of sense. You point it south, they're great
Yeah.
for that person. If that person has no land and they have a roof that we can put panels on, then that's great for them. So again, that's a question that's unique to that person and their situation.
Yeah.
If you're Hannah and you live out near New Mexico and you have all that land, then it makes sense you would put a ground mount up there. 'Cause why would you even bother putting it on your house? I would just face it south and move on.
Yeah. I've talked to a few customers where they kind of wanted a ground mount. I took a look at their, neighborhood and property and all that. I'm like, where are we putting this ground mount? You have no room in your backyard.
Right.
And because of your energy needs, you need 40 modules. Where am I putting those 40 modules on a ground mount? There's no space. So we have to use your roof. The other thing you have to realize with ground mounts is instead of just putting it on the roof itself, we have to build a ground mount. So that's cost.
Right.
The mount itself has a fixed cost as well, so that's going to eat into your return on investment, your cost, overall cost, and then your savings as well. So a lot of cases it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to do a ground mount unless there's, again, plenty of ample land, your usage is high, it depends on how you pay for it, things like that. So if their roof space is available, take advantage of that.
Not to mention ground mounts cost more money because we're dealing with all that stuff.
We're dealing with ground mounts. Yeah.
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 All the
Now-
extra steel.